Joseph this season really wanted something very real, very effortless, like a cool kind of, like a girl on the street really. With the clothes, I think there's a very strong kind of ethnic, kind of bit Tibetan-y feel to the clothes. There's a lot going on, so in that way I didn't really want, too much going on with the hair. So it's not really about quality hair, it's that sort of more skinny, languid, sort of few days old hair. We're braiding some of the girls' hair underneath to take the mass of hair away. Generally people think of beauty in hair as being full and big and volume, but it's a girl that has the confidence to kind of just go out without really thinking about her hair and just, looking great in her clothes.
This season we are going for a very bare skin, and the only makeup really on the face is 2 black eyeliner actually. One following the lashes in a very traditional way, and the other one is starting also in the inside corner of the eye, but it's going straight. And to finish the look we are adding like a scarabée color on the inside corner of the eyes. But there is no lips, no contour, no blush, no mascara, no eyebrow, no foundation. Yeah, I want the girl to look pretty cool.
Mentes was a comic book hero from the 70s. It was quite that kind of 70s masculine proportion of like a big collar on a pea coat and quite a trim leg with a little bit of a flare. But it was more also the idea of something that was kind of like a French wardrobe and a base that was very French, and kind of how you would pick things along the way, how you would pick up things from Morocco and from India and from Nepal and from Tibet, and how that would become part of your style and part of your identity. It was about taking a pea coat and the blazers and toggle coats and trying to make them interesting and tweaking the proportions so that they feel special.
I thought it was really beautiful and really original, and I felt like it had a bit of kind of Spanish flavor to it that I thought was really beautiful. I love the kind of colors and the fringe on the thick knits and the shapes and the strong kind of military silhouette jackets. I thought it was a really beautiful, strong show. I loved that it started out with all those textures of black, and then it was kind of such interesting mixtures of black. I mean, just these, the kind of all those different textures and fabrics, and then it went into that kind of gold and that kind of amazing print that felt like a little bit of a continuation from what he had done last season. I felt like that was such a strong show last season, so I felt he kind of continued what he was doing and really creating his own voice with those amazing prints and that really strong silhouette, but also a little bit feminine. I thought it was also a really beautiful show.
We really developed fabrics so that they were basically based on things that were very classic, but how do we develop them so that the texture is different, so that it feels like there's something new and something special about it.
I loved it. Again, I think Joseph is very conscious of how clothes are made, the mechanics of making clothes, not just about an idea or a sketch coming to life, but really the structure and construction of the clothes.
One of the things that's really interesting about the American shows is how confident and sophisticated the young designers are. We're living in a time which is really fascinating because, in a way, the young designers are really adult and super confident, So I think what you lose from that is you lose this sort of law-breaking, not caring about commerce. With these young designers, they actually are really caring about what people can wear, want to wear, what works. So you gain a kind of respect for the wearer. And I think that's very, very interesting.
I think there's a lot of designers that sometimes sort of skew a little bit too old when they design, and it did feel sort of fresh and young, and it had a lot of ideas there that could work for younger girls but older women, and I felt like it kind of hit a lot of really strong notes.
The speed of fashion right now is that kind of reputations are made very, very quickly, and I think they can also be broken very quickly. But I think what's interesting about him is he's in it for the long term. He thinks deeply about how to make great clothes, but also how to really have a strong and sustained business. And, I think that even though he's risen to prominence very, very quickly, and he's only, 28 years old now, he's someone that would have been a star 20 years ago. I mean, because he has dedication and talent and focus, and those are always important.
You try to build on a vocabulary, and I think you start thinking about what your brand is about and what you consistently like and who the Altuzarra woman is, and I think that's how your language matures and how you develop a brand ultimately. I think she's the same she's always been. She's very sexy, she's very self-assured, she's very confident, she's unapologetic, and she takes risks.
Joseph did a great job. He's the current winner of the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund. I've heard everybody talking all day today about him and what a home run it was. So I thought he did a great job, and I'm very proud and very happy for him.
I think the reason Joseph Altuzarra won the CFDA Vogue Fashion Fund is because he's an incredibly talented, incredibly focused, and incredibly driven young designer who really understands how the fashion business works in this day and age. He is someone who thinks about how his clothes are going to sell. He has a very strong point of view that he doesn't deviate from, and he's someone who brings the excitement of fashion every time you go to one of his shows. I feel there's always a buzz in the room, and I think that buzz is something that is important, and he then takes it and he makes it into collections that actually sell.
It was an amazing experience to go through. I'm obviously thrilled I did it a second time. We learned a lot along the way. And I think it was, for us to win meant so much. It meant that we were able to grow our team and grow our collection. And it kind of allowed us to take more risks with the collection as well. So I'm very, very grateful.